Hi everyone, welcome to Coloring with Lori. Sorry about no live tonight. I will try to do one tomorrow. Haven't gotten much progress done in afternoon tea, which was one of the reasons that I thought I'd do a video. Kind of try to do a little catch up. Didn't really want these to take that long and move through them a little bit more quicker. Also wanted to show you that I finally completed my flamingos in Kirby Roseanne's. I drew in a sun, made a nice sunset on there, used chalks for the background. Polychromos pencils on here, so they work pretty good on the Kirby paper. So that's my flamingos. Okay, so we're gonna work on this. I think I'm going to work on the fireplace. So I'm going to bring it down a little bit. Move that camera. I think that will work. Hopefully you can see. One thing I would like to say about the Teresa Goodridge afternoon tea at this point, it was something I wanted to focus on. My channel was with Teresa Goodridge books. So to continue that, kind of response from you, my viewers, on do you want me to continue to do that on lives or in videos? Which in that case I might be able to get a couple short videos out each week doing a little bit more than, you know, the scattered pieces on the lives. I can do other things on the live streams. So in the comments below, if this is something that you're working on with me, please let me know how you prefer. If you were watching the live last week, you saw that I messed up on my teacups. So what I did, I couldn't really get rid of the that French gray that I had used, so I kind of implemented it in my repair. I used eggshell, Prismacolor Premier, eggshell and slate blue, and then a Jelly Roll gold gel pen. So that's how the china came out, and I think it looks really nice. So I'm happy with that. So I think I'm going to work in this area here. I was hoping to have that chair done. This is I've kind of lost all my coloring time. I don't know what's happening this week and the week before. I normally get about 2 hours of coloring in a day. I've only been able to get in about 45 minutes. So that's really putting a damper on, you know, trying to work things for the channel and color alongs with other people. By the way, that flamingo was a color along with the group channels. You remember? Oh, jeez. ASMR here. Amy Travels in Colors and with Valentini Art. I had to write down Michelle's channel name. And Michelle. Don't know why I can't remember it. So I decided, I'm going to double check again that I'm in frame, that I'm going to do this, the same colors as this, the black. So I'm using the 90% cool gray and cloud blue. Don't have my swatch down. I was going to double check to make sure this is cloud blue. It must have made its way upstairs. Okay. So just going to work on that a little bit. Get that in there. So again, I would like to progress with, you know, Teresa Goodridge and color alongs on the channel. I also want to do R.J. Hampton's Fogarty series. And, you know, his new book, Lost in Time, everybody's kind of jumping on that bandwagon. So, but yeah, like I said, if you are coloring along or following along or, you know, working in these books with me, what is your preference, video or live? You know, that way I can kind of gauge the situation for myself a little bit better too, how I want to proceed with things. Trying to get a little bit more organized. I'm sorry, I'm kicking the camera stand there. Get a little bit more organized and try to get more progress done on these things. Like I said, I've not been happy with the last 2 weeks of my coloring, so. But you know, life happens. And you know, it's nothing big, it's just I have to keep stopping and doing things, or just, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I can't relax is what it comes down to, which I don't know what's going on with that. I don't like that my coloring isn't relaxing, so time for a change. You know, it's starting to feel pressurized, and I have to, and I don't like that. At the same time, I still really enjoy my coloring when I can get the relaxing coloring in. So I definitely don't feel threatened that I'm gonna stop coloring because I don't enjoy it. I just have to change the distressors of my coloring. So, and one of those is, you know, meeting the demand, but I'm not really getting any. So I guess it's just a wondering, what would you prefer? And I don't care. I just might try to do things easier on the lives that I don't have to think as much, because I don't usually have a plan of attack on my pages. So if I color something a little bit more simple, not too simple, don't want to not do anything or help or show any type of skill set or anything. My hand is really sore today. It's going to cramp on me. Ooh, probably a good thing I did not go live. Even at the last minute here, I was thinking, well, maybe I will go live, but then there were quite a few of the group that couldn't or wouldn't be here tonight. Had earlier hours today, so their schedule is a little bit different. So yeah, it's just me, you, and the camera. Hope everybody is doing well. If you have any questions, again, please leave in the comments below. I'm pretty sure I'm answering them all. I am a new YouTuber, so I hope that I'm finding them all well and getting back to you, and if there's been any questions, answering them okay. If not, please ask again. You know, sometimes my perception of something may not be exactly what you were asking. I know how that is because it's happened to me when I was learning. You don't quite word it right, or it's just misunderstood because we're thinking of two different things. So just re-ask if I don't get if I don't answer the question you were asking, or if I didn't answer it thoroughly enough also. So, I'd like to say thank you to the new subscribers. Had some this week. I really appreciate you coming and joining. As you know, I'm a very new channel. I think, what, maybe 1 month now? Doing pretty good. I don't really have any particular goal or anything, just I was told that I need to share my coloring. That's really the only reason why I started a YouTube channel. It's kind of funny. Any other YouTubers out there can share your story. Why did we start channels to begin with? Is it meeting that need? So as you can see, I am just doing very light layers, circles, light layers. I'm not really turning my pencil because at this point I kind of want that. I don't want a tip. I want it flat. I don't want it to burnish into the paper yet because I want to be able to get my cloud blue in there to give us that dimension. So I'll just work this down a little bit. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. Like I said, this book, Afternoon Tea, is a little bit more textured than most of the Creative Haven paper, so I don't know if they're changing it across the board. It does have a little bit of tooth, a little bit more reminiscent of Amazon paper, but thicker. Not sure if that's good or bad, considering Creative Haven paper. When it first came out, it was much better, a little thicker. But I think this is actually an improvement from, like, my Christmas Gnomes book. Seems pretty smooth. This is kind of a nice in-between, semi-smooth, semi-toothy. But it's already not wanting to take more, even with that little bit of tooth. So I'm just going to lighten up even more. Try to work it in there. I'm going to leave a little bit lighter of a highlight up here because we might have some glow from the fire in there. So that's why I'm keeping it a little bit lighter towards this side. I don't want to lose that, so I want to make sure I put that in before I come back in with the 90% cool gray. You can do this with black and white, but if you remember, I didn't have a black and white down here, so I did this one with the cool gray and the cloud blue, which I really like. And I finally remembered to bring the black and white down, so now I have one. Yay! So, anyone who's coloring on this page, how's your progress going? Are you following along the colors, or are you just coloring? Let me see, are you doing it as a color along, which would be you are following colors and doing it the same, I guess, is the definition these days. Or are you doing a buddy color where you're just coloring the picture with me? Are you coloring in Creative Haven? Are you doing a different book, in a different picture in this book? So the Kirby Roseanne's new book is all the rage out there. I have enough Kirby books, even though I like his art. I just have too many books right now. I really gotta stop buying them. I used to be, I'd buy a book, I'd color a page right away, and now I have, I think, 3 books that I have not colored in, which could be causing that pressure that I'm talking about, that I feel like, okay, well, I need to get these done so I can get in there and do that book. And one is the Mr. Fogarty book, which I already started another picture in one of his earlier books, so I'd really like to get back to that and finish that first, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't normally have all these whips. I normally have 2 pictures going, one upstairs and one down here, and I think right now 1, 2, 3, at least 4 whips, 5 with my elephant, because I have 2 in Fragile Worlds, I think it is, the elephant, Is the elephant in Fragile Worlds? Yep. So I've got the frogs and the elephant in Fragile Worlds. I haven't touched the frog page. That wooden pour flower still isn't done. Okay. And I will say, if you're a person that uses a blender pencil, this paper would probably take to that very well. If you don't want to keep working the layers as I am, you could probably get the blender pencil to do a lot of this work for you. Do I have one of those down here? I don't, do we? I know I brought one out, it just didn't make it down here. I leave them on my halfway marks. I can't carry a whole bunch when I come downstairs because I need my right hand, which is my dominant hand, and that's also the hand that I need to get me downstairs, as I use this stair chair. So just this year I've been unable to do the stairs as often as I like, if at all, throughout the day. When I do, I can't sleep because my hip just burns like crazy all night, so it's better that I don't use it. And I used to go up and down the stairs a good 20 times a day, so I want to make this backsplash here a little bit lighter, so I pulled out 70% cool gray and I applied 30% warm gray first. Now I'm doing the 70% cool. I think I got a broken lead. Yeah. Alright. So, sometimes I think it's this pencil sharpener. If anybody else has that problem with the T-Gal pencil sharpeners, let me know. Kind of beginning to wonder if that's the problem. I don't know, it seems like it happens no matter what sharpener I use, but you know, we get stuff stuck in our mind like that. These have been doing this for years. I've only been using those sharpeners for a little while, so. But I think like, well, does a tip get stuck in there? Well, no. Why would that make it break off a half an inch in the lead? It's silly. Silly, Lori. Okay. I do a lot of trial and error with my coloring too, which I don't really see too much in videos, which, you know, makes me apprehensive to sit here and tell you what to do. I'm not, I know I'm a good colorist, but I'm not super confident that I'm the person to tell you how, what, you know, how to do it, why. I don't know. I just try and see what works and see what doesn't work. I do a lot of erasing. I have a lot of mistakes, as you saw with my teacups. A lot of times I can bring it back to life. Sometimes I can't. Sometimes it's just a fail. So, coming in with that 90% cool gray now, darken up underneath there. So. And like I said, this perspective on this fireplace, I am not catching. I think that's an extra wall, but not quite sure what to do with it. But we'll make it work. Figure something out. And this is the cloud blue. I'm just going to use that to blend this in. And I think maybe a little bit of yellow to see if I can get a little bit of glow, since we do have that fireplace burning there. Let's see, Deco Yellow, we'll give that a try. Just to kind of lighten it up. A little bit of glow in there. Where there is fire, there is glow, right? Okay. Not my specialty. What do you call that with the lights? Definitely not my best thing to do. Okay. For these coals, I think I'm kind of going to do the same thing. We're just going to grade it up. Black, red, give them a glow. I think they would be hot if they're under these logs. Keeping the logs warm. Not really sure why there's coals and logs. What's the point of that? Just don't know. So you know how I always say I'm a slow colorist, you know, and it's because I layer and layer and layer. And another thing is just I don't have the time. Like I said, I barely have 2 hours a day to color. I can color down here in the evenings, but I'm usually just too restless for that in the nighttime. You know, with Mike home and having to worry about when I'm gonna do dinner, and are we all eating the same thing? Are we eating something different? TV's on loud. It's just not relaxing for me. So I'm not super comfortable down here coloring, which is dumb because this was my original color spot. But, oh, I'm sorry. I used that 90% gray for the dark, and I'm using crimson red for my red. I'm going to put a little bit of that in. Find a nice orange. Most Prismacolor oranges are actually in the red range, like permanent red. That's too pinky. Let's see what kind of orange we got. Pale vermilion. I'll use that one. I'm gonna just blend that 90% cool gray and that red in down here with the pale vermilion with PC 921. Some of these don't have numbers on them, they're worn off. I'll go a little bit darker in there for that fire. I need a little point on there. So I hope Friday evening has found you all well, that you're doing something fun, productive, coloring along with me. I do apologize about no live. Like I said, maybe tomorrow. We'll see how things go. I just don't want it to feel like I think I'm feeling a little pressurized because the appliances are coming. I was thinking it was today, but it's Monday. So, amongst the clutter and getting them in the house and everything going without a problem, you know how that is these days. Seems like there's always a problem with something. Last time we had appliances delivered, they all had to be sent back because there was something wrong. So of course I have that concern. So I think it's just a lot of misplaced anxiety. Not even sure if anxiety is the right word. I'm going to use that Deco yellow in here too to brighten it up. So, but as I mentioned, I'm super excited about finally having an oven. You do get used to it and you accommodate, obviously. That toaster oven. Mike had bought a toaster oven about 6 months before the oven broke. We never used it. I was like, what? He just bought it. It was a super good price. It was like 75% off. Never had a toaster oven in my life. I'm like, what do you even use a toaster oven for? Well, my oven said, let me break and you can learn what to use that toaster oven for. Huh. Yeah. I have so many unused appliances. As nice as like a food processor seems, I feel like by the time I take that out, put it together, clean it up, I could have chopped twice as many things. So you're gonna laugh. I have 4 food processors. Actually 5 if you count my little mini one. I never really use them. Only if I'm shredding a bunch of cheese at the same time, or I do grind down a lot of tomatoes to make homemade marinara. Also use zucchini for the marinara sometimes, which can't even tell the difference. And you definitely have to shred that for it to break down right. But yeah, I'm the food processor hoarder over here. That's funny. So what color do you think we should do this carpet? I hate to do it beige, but with the green chairs, it's kind of looking like it's going to have to be brown or beige or tan or something. I've always had blue carpets in my house regardless, and then brown furniture, you know, vice versa. Brown and beige. So yeah, as you see with me, with my layer, I know it looks like some of the spots I am pushing hard because I'm at the end, so I'm trying to move it in, but as you can see, it's just several passovers. Trying to get some highlights on the top of these bricks, so rather than go in circles, I'm kind of just doing the edges. Trying to brighten them up a little bit. I think I got them a little bit too dark, but you see that glow down there. Get the idea, right? I'm just gonna use this to kind of bring those edges back in. Prismacolors are pretty opaque, so you can lose your definition if you're doing individual things in a batch like I just did. I feel like those wood need something too. Maybe a little brighter yellow. This is a lemon yellow. I'm gonna throw that on there. See that a little bit. So I'm still not sure what I want to do with that back wall. If I just stuck my head in your way, I'm sorry. You're right under this camera today. It's so weird to me how close the camera is and how far away the image is. It's just, that makes no sense to me. and you lose so much of the picture. I don't know if that worked out quite right, but I'm not quite sure what else to do in there. See, this is one of those things, I don't know. This is not my area of expertise. Yeah, see, she's got an edge on there. But, okay, so that would be this edge. Just kind of bring some of that 90% cool braid back in there, under there, and blend it out with the 20% warm. Yep, definitely gonna have to figure something out for that. I don't care for that. Maybe it might work. Excuse me. For these tiles, I'm looking at this as like a tile, so I kind of want to match the gray that's in here. So for a trim, I'm going to use a 50% cool gray. And probably a little bit of that 90% for a little light. But I also want to use one of these rosy beiges or something that the Prismacolors have. Yeah, I'm gonna do all this and see if I can get a grip on how that should be. Getting sloppy. Trying to hurry to get this fireplace done. Right, way out of the lines there. And I hope I'm still in frame. Need to get up and check, stretch my hip anyway, so I'll make sure I still am. Okay, yep. Learning. It's all new to me. Learning isn't all new to me. YouTube is all new to me. But yeah, so please in the comments below, let me know. Would you prefer this continued in videos or in the live stream? If you're using it as any type of reference other than entertainment, I would appreciate it. Ugh, I can't even color straight now. This is why I don't color at night. And see, this isn't really night, but for me, it's my day. Don't have much stamina anymore, though. Wear out pretty darn fast. And, you know, it's hard because showers are very tiring for me. Yeah, you know, you go out, you're going to take a shower, so you take a shower, and then I'm too exhausted, and I never want to go out afterwards. It's a vicious cycle. Fatigue is a crazy thing to me. I used to have so much energy. I would just go and go and go. I make jokes about that I used up all my energy. Ran out. We only get so many. All gone now. Just never know, right? What do they say? Slow and steady wins the race. Could be true in all things. Some of these silly sayings. Well, I hope you're enjoying the channel. I'm trying my best to do what, you know, people are asking for. And like I said, with the writing down the color names, that's just, I would never have time to color, spending that time kind of time on that. So that's, at this point, I'm sorry, that's just not an option for me to do. And I do apologize for that. Like I said, maybe in the future when I don't have so many animals and my mother to care for, it may be something I can do. I need something lighter in there. I already have a real light. Beigey. I'll tell you the colors in a minute. I just want to make sure this is what I'm going to stick with. So, I did Clay Rose and Deco Peach and the 90% Cool Gray again. And I'm going to darken this little design in here with the 90% Cool Gray. I kind of feel like that's etching in the stone. And then blend that in. My thoughts here is this would be a little smoky. You know, maybe have a little bit of, I want to say char, but a little bit of smoke damage. Would that be the right word? Smoke discoloration. So we'll get that in there. Yeah, maybe I'll just do a light gray there. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. What do I do with that? Comment below if you have any ideas. It's one of those I'd like to see what other people did. How did you do that? Did you just... And I've asked a couple other people, and that's like... There was 3 other people. And 2 people, like, agree with me that that's an extra wall. Because this is short and this is short. So to me, this is what's inside there. So where is this piece of wall coming from? And I can't comprehend it. You know, this is not that wide where we would have another panel of wood there. So my brain is not comprehending that little piece of wall right there. So if you can help it out, I'd appreciate it. So we'll just finish this up for tonight. I'll keep this kind of short because, like I said, I do plan on doing a live tomorrow night. It might not be... I know my lives aren't super long. Are they like an hour and 20 minutes? It might only be half hour, 45 minutes tomorrow. Oh, it's hard. I have my 8 to 11 is when I try, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern time is when I try to do my coloring. But I normally don't even sit down to start it until 9 p.m. So I'm already out an hour. And then, like I've mentioned, you know, the dog has to go out, the dog wants a treat, the dog wants to play, which I don't mind at all. You know, like I said, I get up and I do it. Especially after losing my other boy, not my other boy. Take that time. She was very lovey today. She's up sleeping on my pillow, giving me big hugs. She doesn't normally do that. She normally sleeps at the foot of the bed. But sometimes it's okay. Other times don't touch me. I'm the type of person I don't want to be touched when I sleep. And 1 foot out, toss and turn every 3 seconds. My eyes are super watery right now, so I hope this is looking okay. Hard to see through my rainy eyes. I got some drops to try. Keep being told it's from dry eyes, so we'll see. Yeah, they're really burning tonight. I've just always been afraid to put drops in my eyes for them to get wetter when they're constantly watering. I don't get that, but I guess they're watering because they're dry is the concept. So, okay. I can relate to that. I do understand that concept. Yeah. I could have went a little darker on these tiles, which I still might. I might put a darker gray in there. I was trying to maybe match that terracotta a little bit, but it went a little pinky on me. Like I said, trial and error. I never really know what I'm doing when I'm coloring. That's why I don't know, for me to do color alongs is kind of funny. I'm terrible at picking colors. Half the time I don't like what I'm doing. I erase a lot of my work and start over, so to have somebody following me, that's why, wait, don't copy me yet. Definitely not too happy with that. But we're gonna tone it down with our 50% cool gray, and I think that'll be just fine. So I hope for all of you, any of you, if anyone is even following along other than, I know Amy's coloring with me, so we're buddy coloring. So be curious to see hers. She says she's behind, but that's only because she colors 18 pages to my one, so yeah. Not too much on my plate as far as coloring goes right now. I want to get my whips done. This picture is taking way too long, and I got these huge areas left which really intimidate me. I'm just gonna work some more gray in here and try to smooth it out a bit. Get that paper burnished. I do. I think that looks pretty good. And see, doing wood inside here, which was kind of the yeah, now they just look kind of quirky. And I am actually going to take the Luminance full blender on here. I don't want to put any more color down. It's starting to smear. So I'll work that into the I think what these blenders really do is that's why the Luminance is light fast. With the blender, this is what gives it that protection. But it works kind of as a burnisher, pushes the pigment into the texture of the paper. So I'll do my little stones here too. Okay, well, that's all I'm gonna do tonight, and maybe I'll get this chair done later tonight. And if we get on here live tomorrow, which I'm hoping it'll be, midnight Eastern time. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you, your comments and your likes and recommendations, and yeah, let me know how you view that and what you would do with it. Also, again, would you prefer these to be done in videos or in lives? Thanks, everybody. You have a wonderful night. Bye.